We have Jim Henderson on WWL as for the first time in their franchise's history, the New Orleans Saints are on their way to the Super Bowl, and one of the great players in Saints history was able to be at least a part of it during this time. And we're glad to welcome Deuce McAllister to Mike and Mike on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline. How are you, Deuce?
I'm doing well. Good morning. How you fellas doing?
Well, we're doing well, Deuce. And you heard that call on that kick, the game-winning kick that put the Saints into the Super Bowl for the first time in franchise history. Where were you on the sideline? What were you doing, and what were your thoughts?
Well, I was just hoping and praying on the sidelines, just to be able to look and, just hopefully that you had a clean operation as far as snap the hole and, the kicker was able to put it through the uprights.
You were such a huge part of this franchise for such a long time. And again, for those who saw it, they allowed you to come out and, lead the team onto the field for the playoff game against Arizona. They have made you a part of it again here. What has this experience, this run, been like for you, considering the role you've played in this franchise in recent years?
Well, it's definitely gratifying, just because of all the work that you gave to this organization, and then to be able to be called back for an opportunity like this when they're making a run, to be able to play in the Super Bowl, then it's definitely heartfelt. Because a lot of times that doesn't happen. So I'm definitely blessed for it to be able to occur like it has.
How has it been this week? How has the city been this week about the team?
Well, it's definitely exciting. I think that's the biggest thing about it. There's a lot of excitement. But as far as the players are concerned, I think we're a little bit beyond that. If you're kind of focusing on the goal at task, which is to beat the Colts.
That's an interesting thought, because we were just discussing that here, and I'd love to get your perspective. Deuce McAllister of the Saints is with us here on Mike and Mike in the Morning. And, there were some who looked at the two celebrations on Sunday and saw how different they were. The Colts looked as though they hadn't really accomplished anything yet. The Saints looked as though they were celebrating a championship, and we know the town is going crazy. How much of a concern is it to you that there might be a little bit of a happy-to-be-there feeling around the Saints right now?
Well, I think if the game had been the following week, then you may have had probably a little more concern. But knowing that you have a week in between and basically 2 weeks to prepare for the Super Bowl, and I think that kind of separates it a little bit, and I think the guys are able to kind of get refocused. Like I said, the city is going to be energized regardless, just because it's our first time going. But I think the guys understand that the task at hand, and hopefully we'll come out and play up to par.
Can you tell everybody what it does, in your eyes, mean to the city of New Orleans to have a team in the Super Bowl? Knowing all that's gone on there in the past few years?
Well, it makes you legitimate. You're talking about a franchise that has never been. So, at this point, it makes you a legitimate franchise to say that you're, quote-unquote, one of the elite teams. Down the road, it has to be where you have to continue to qualify for the playoffs. And we'll eventually get to that point, but at this point, we're taking it all in, and, we're extremely happy and excited for our city and our fans just because to get to this status. But we definitely understand that the goal is not sealed until you win the Super Bowl.
Mike and Mike, Deuce McAllister is with us. Longtime New Orleans Saint, now has that team in the Super Bowl for the first time, and a lot of attention will be on the Saints defense. What is your thought on how that Saints defense, which was opportunistic this year, turned the Vikings over repeatedly last Sunday? How do you think they match up against Peyton Manning and the Colts offense?
Well, anytime you're matching up against Peyton, it's never quote-unquote favorable by a lot of the experts. But we're confident in the defense. They've done a great job.
On the ball around everywhere. But talk about, as you watch this team and break it down, how much running is so important to this offense to work for the passing game.
Well, it's extremely important. I mean, extremely important, and particularly in a game like this. I mean, because the more that you're moving the chains, the more that you're getting first downs, and that clock is running, then the less opportunities their offense has on the field. I mean, but we know we have to, when you get an opportunity to score touchdowns, that's what you have to do, particularly when you're in the red zone. So Peyton and his unit, they've done extremely well. They're able to put up a lot of points, and, you know, whether it's in a 2-minute situation or whether it's just opening drives first and second half. So, I mean, our defense is going to do their job, so the offense has to do theirs as well.
Mike and Deuce McAllister. And Deuce, we appreciate the time. Before we let you go, you know, again, you played such a major role on this franchise for such a long time, and now here they are finally in the Super Bowl, and you're not able to be on the field. What do you think your emotions will be as that ball is kicked off next Sunday?
Well, I'll still be emotional. I mean, even though I'm not out there literally playing, I know I'm still a part of it. I mean, you know, me and these guys, we still hang out. Me and these guys, we're definitely close. I know the battles, the sweat, the blood they put into it. You know, I've been a part of that. So, you know, not actually being able to play, you know, I'm kind of over that point. But you know, I just want to see them seal this deal and bring the championship home.
Sure, a lot of people in New Orleans feel that way. Deuce McAllister, thanks a million for the time. Enjoy the ride. We'll see you in Miami next week.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Deuce.
As Deuce McAllister, like all our guests on the Subway Fresh Take Hotline to show your Subway love.